But you get to some point, and what shifts for you in that, of that energy that you go in from allowing in that third and final phase to tolerating? What is it that shifts?
I start having disbelief
Okay.
instead of holding the belief, holding the wanting.
Disbelief instead of holding the belief. I like that. Can you tell me more why you go there?
Because I have past evidence to justify it.
Okay, past experiences that you're holding on to that seem bigger than the possibility.
Exactly.
Okay, because and I'm not singling you out, because everybody, if they want to get honest, everybody has experienced that at some point. I know I certainly have experienced that many of times in my life. Somebody give me an example in their life. Yamuna, why don't you give me an example in your life of where you have had the situation where you've gotten to the visualization and the deliberate creation, and then the allowing, it started to maybe have a glimpse, and then it went to disbelief.
The situation that comes to mind, I don't know if it's exactly what you're looking for, but I think it's along the same lines. Like, I had wanted for so long to get married, to meet the perfect man, to have the perfect ceremony, everything. That is my visualization, and I worked hard for it, and did everything I could, personal growth, focused on it, and then finally I met this awesome man. We had an amazing connection very fast because I created it, that energy. And then we had like a 6-month, very quick, everything was just amazing, and we're getting ready to get married. And he's just said, I'm not going to marry you, we're not supposed to do this. And in that moment, that was like, I had thought, like, I've gotten there. I am such a powerful manifester. I've got the life of my dreams. I've got the man of my dreams. I have everything. Wow, I did it. And then whoosh, had to get wiped completely away. And that was like, whoa. And then in that moment, I got to see how all of these ideas I had were so rigid. I wasn't allowing space for it to come the way I thought, the way that my heart wants. I was very particular of how it's supposed to look, and I had to be there at this place where I was supposed to get married, watch other women get married, watch this whole thing happen. And as I was watching it, I was like, that's not how I would want to get married. That's not what I would want. And months later, I just had to dissolve all these ideas that I had about marriage because I held it so rigid. And then I went from the whole other extreme to a whole open relationship from that, because I went to a very extreme allowing of, whoa, I have no idea. Okay, God, I fully surrender. I have no idea what you want from me. And that opened me up to really allow. But now I feel I'm back to a place of knowing what I want in my heart and how I want that to look, but I don't know how that's going to look, and I'm allowing it to come in. But I'm very clear on the energy of what I want to create an experience.
That's a great story of that, because it comes, a couple of things come up for me with that. It sounds like in your surrender of allowing and going to the other extreme, you experience maybe what Michelle might be referring to a little bit as tolerating at some point. Right. Maybe not the whole time, but at some point it shifted into tolerating, because that didn't really align with your vibration either. Right. And then the other thing that I hear you say that is kind of coming up for me is the fact of a space which I can very much relate to in past situations in love and relationship, is opening up a space for it in my mind and feeling it in my heart, yet my intention is not clear. My intention is not clear. It's like it's supposed to be presented to me. And interestingly enough, I on Facebook this morning, and something comes up through the newsfeed. I wasn't really searching for it, and it's a video with Abraham, Esther speaking, and Abraham speaking to Esther. And it talked about the man of your dreams. And I thought, well, this is interesting. Well, I've got to listen to this, I guess. And it said, you have the man of your dreams. That man is here. He has always been here. go through, she must have talked, I'm quite certain she was talking to me. You have to go through different relationships over and over and over again because you can't allow him.
It's so true.
Because he's there.
Totally.
He's there.
But
Now,
the mind gets so caught up in how it's supposed to look.
yes.
And I mean, lately, that's what I can tell other my friends. Like, you don't know, just be open. Don't judge him right away. Like, be open, get to know, and see. And as I've started doing that, instead of just right away, I used to be like, right away, I don't know much. And like lately, the last week, 2 weeks, I've just been letting myself be present and allow an interaction. And then I'm seeing myself start to like this person more, but I would never have even let myself because my idea was like, nope, that's not his idea. So I think we do that a lot as women. So that's really, he's there, but
I think men probably do it too.
right, yeah.
I don't think they're that different. Men probably do it too. They just don't talk about it as much as we do.
Right.
But we have Preston on here. He's got some good stuff going, so maybe he'll pipe in and give us some
Right
men's
on.
perspective.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does he have a question?
No, he's been commenting along the way though.
Cool. Preston, shoot it. Shoot it at us.
Come on,
What do you
Preston.
got?
Hopefully he's still there because he got to
We
leave.
would love, just so you know, for some men to come in and play. My son, when he lived here, would always come play with us, and we have not had another brave man to step foot into the Alisa Cable Club since.
Justin came once.
That is true. Justin, where are
Yes.
you at? Justin came too. So please come and play because it's great that everybody gets to watch it at home now, but would you guys agree there's nothing like sitting right here in the energy in the room and the connective space of this conversation. And the beautiful thing is after you leave, there's aha moments that happen for weeks after. Well, if Preston shoots us a question, let me know.
Okay.
But there was a page that I highlighted, and I know that we're coming to a close on this, and I just kind of wanted to read this because I think that most of you ladies will have a connection with this. And how do we recognize having growth is the question. Jerry says, let's take the intention that you mentioned, growth. How can we recognize when we are having growth? Simple question, right? We think we should recognize that. And Abraham says, since you are growth-seeking being, you will have positive emotions when you are recognizing your growth. And you will have negative emotions when you are feeling stagnation. You see, you do not necessarily have conscious recognition of the thoughts or intentions of your inner or broader perspective, but you do have communication. All physical beings have communication from their inner being in the form of emotion. And so whenever your emotion is positive, you can know that you are in harmony with your inner intentions. That's how you know. So when your communication is positive within yourself, meaning your thoughts, your communication within yourself, or with other people, that's when you know you are in growth. That's when you know you are in harmony. But it is so true because the most positive person can be in stagnation. And that is when those negative emotions come in. I mean, we are human beings, okay? So we experience negative emotions. But it's what we do with those negative emotions that determines the outcome of our life. And that's why some people, you will possibly see viewing them as lucky, that they always get what they want in life. My mother used to say I could fall in a pile of you-know-what and come out smelling like a rose. And it's true. It really is true. Was I born that way? Possibly, on some levels, with my mother's intention of my life. I do believe that. I believe that from conception, that we start to grow, not only inside the womb, but in our beliefs from conception. I believe this. And I also think that, I know because I feel it, that I don't allow any of my negative experiences to run my life. and that I've chosen to live my life to the fullest because I chose to come in to this planet in this lifetime as a human being. Otherwise, I would be in the form of somebody like Abraham. And I love that about the book as well. Do we have any questions?
Preston says peace and prosperity go hand in hand.
Peace and prosperity go hand in hand. I would agree with you, Preston. Yes. And that peace, what brings in that inner peace is different for everybody. I proposed a question on Sunday stimulation with Alisa K, which I do every Sunday. And it was, what is joy? A reoccurring emotion of joy that comes into your life continually. And with that question yesterday, I went out searching for a book. And the books come to me. I don't really go off the shelf and pick them. I don't pick them really off of somebody's referral unless they are really adamant about speaking to me that I have to read this book. And that's actually how this one came up because my son told me I had to read this book. And he bothered me about it so much that I finally surrendered and went, all right, I get the message, I have to read the book. So that's how it came to me. But that didn't happen this time around. So I searched in the bookstore yesterday, and I did some writing while I was there, and I just sat with it, and I thought, it's going to come to me, right? It's going to come. It's going to pop out to me. Well, yeah, that happened on a couple other levels that we don't have time to go into. But as I searched and picked up different books, I came to this one that had the title, 1,000 Names for Joy. This is your book, Joy. And it's by Byron Katie. This is what it looks like. Who here has read Byron Katie? Okay. And I had some experience with her first book. And it's funny, it didn't resonate with me in not her writing so much, but the style of the book. So when I saw the title, I went, Byron Katie, all right, am I in resistance to Byron Katie? If I am, I certainly need to read Byron Katie, right? But I opened it up and I flipped through it a little bit. And that's usually what I do with a book. I flip through it and I kind of grab something and see if it sticks with me anywhere in the book. Who else does that? Anybody else in here? I do that some days, like in the morning, I'll just open up the book and I'll just go, oh, cool, that's the message of the day, right? And so I looked at this, living in harmony with the way things are. And I thought that this would be an interesting follow-up to this book because it talks about how to live in with what things are and create from that point. And so that's how this book came to be for book club. And again, you can pick it up and read it the old-fashioned way. You can get it on your Kindle or other electronic devices.
What's the title of it again?
1,000 Names for Joy.
1,000 Names for Joy.
And or you can get it on audio, or you can show up and engage in the conversation. But another thing that I noticed with the title, 1,000 Names for Joy, joy is one of those words that people often confuse with an experience of being happy. And the way I experience joy is it isn't related to a specific experience. It's a feeling that is a continual feeling that may have a common connection with an experience, but it is not the experience that brings me joy. The experience brings me happiness. And to me, in my definition of that, and again, this is going to be different for everybody, because if you look at the word joy in the dictionary, it will reference to happiness. And I do think that happiness is a part of joy, but I don't think that is the underlying experience with joy. And so I thought there was something that we could learn from this.
I feel that like a lot of the books I could feel like a resonance with, or like some like I knew a lot of attraction. That's a good book. I didn't feel like this urge to read it, but like I feel like whoa, John Reagan's
Cool. Cool, good. I hope that you get an opportunity to read this one and share. And I know that this is a different venue to have this streamed. Yay! Wow! And I want to thank all of you guys for making this happen, because this isn't just something that myself and Tanya make happen. This is an energy that is collective between all of us coming here and making a difference and sharing our hearts, ourselves, our experiences, opening up and sharing some of those moments where you kind of might feel like you want to hold them back a little, but there's really no reason to, because it's freeing when you let it go. It's very freeing, and it allows that space for allowing more to come into your life. So, that might be the message. The more you let go, and the more you open up and share. And I know this is a stretch for you, and I'm so proud of you, Michelle, for being here, because book club in itself was a stretch for you in the beginning, and now you're showing up, and we're streaming it live, and you're here, opening yourself up. So take that in.
Yeah.
That's really big. We're very proud of you.
Absolutely.
Yeah, thanks for being a part of the energy. I did think that you were one of the people that shared that book club is something that really keeps you on track. And these events are free. So anybody who isn't coming to this, get on the bandwagon and people get out here. It is free. You can't go anyplace else and get this connection for free. So this is really special, yeah.
So how do you connect to other countries?
Well, they find us on Facebook. Yeah, and we've been fortunate. Anything
They're
fantastic?
streaming it too through the computer.
We're streaming it to the
Because I'm from Philippines, so that's why I was, maybe I can
yes.
share and connect there, so.
Yes, share with your
More growing.
family.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Absolutely, and what a wonderful way for your family to connect with you on another level than just when you get to interact with them, on the computer at home or on the phone, and to share in your life in an experience that you're having right here, and they can share in that experience as well. And we will have this up on the Alisa K Facebook page, and that is the professional page at facebook.com/The Alisa K Show. And if you're not a fan on there, click like on there and make sure you are so you can watch all the other exciting things that we do. But you can also go back and watch this episode if there's something that resonated with you. And I think it's important to hear it again. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for being here. I look forward to next month. 1,000 Names for Joy. Be here next month. We'll talk to you later.
Thank you.